Hey DOT community, this is another episode of the DOT Aftershow with Zalon and Bo. How are we doing today, Bo?
Doing good, Zalon. Doing good.
Nice. We had a very exciting live stream earlier today, and being that today we just had the Goliath Buffs dropped, Bo and I are doing just a recording, but with tomorrow, we do have a previous engagement with Natural Motion, but we will be able to hopefully get on and do a live stream soon after, if it does intercede with the launch of tomorrow's event. But as a preliminary to tomorrow's event, the Goliaths have been buffed, so or balanced, as it says here.
Balanced, yes. And then, so interesting, and they also said we may not be done.
Exactly. So this is only a first initial assessment of what needs to be done to the Goliaths to start making them more appealing to players to use. So here we have size increased by 20%, speed increased by 30%, and then the training time was reduced to 12 minutes and 30 seconds, down from 20 minutes. So it does make a huge difference in the training, especially right there. But
yeah, I like the training.
Exactly. And another thing they did add here in the beginning portion is for this Goliath buff is that they are improving the survivability of the Goliaths by awarding 3-star and 4-star Goliath belt relics with poison, lightning, fire, ice, and earth resist in upcoming events. And we know this to be true when we talk about the rewards for the upcoming event here very shortly. So very exciting that they are using that as a extra incentive for people to get into events. So
it's nice to know. I mean,
that they're not all physical.
We've had physical for a while, but there have been other elements out there, not for the Goliath belts, but for the other things that have that resistance on the third skill. But you never know what it is. At least now they're telling us this one here at this milestone is lightning, and then this one up here at the next milestone is poison. So you can actually mark them, so you'll know which one is which.
Exactly. Also, they said the new ones are gonna have the first skill actually showing what they actually are. So when it comes down to the resist, which is actually very handy, they said I believe this will be one of the only times they have to do this with new relics that they have to put out right now currently. Because as we get into the stuff they talk about relic forging, it should be fixing all of those issues. So, as we look at all these new Goliath changes, we are now also set up to tomorrow's Twin Peaks event that is going to be showcasing off our best friend Yard Dog and Skolnar. So
Yard Dog. It's been a while since we've seen Skolnar. Well, we saw Skolnar as an alliance reward one time before, but it's been a while since he's been in the individual.
Correct. So with this Twin Peaks event, we do have also, it has been confirmed that Wukong and Stone Scar also have the boost, and it'll be a 1.3 4-star and 3-star Ragnar boost. So that's given the same boost for the 3-star is really huge too for beginning players. Yes, it's quite insane. But at the same time, though, of course, that you do have to make sure it's Ragnar. So it does make a difference. But there isn't too many 3-star Ragnar, so I believe that's why they didn't mind adding in the 3-star Ragnar. Look at it.
There's not too many, but I used a 3-star Ragnar champion for a long time. Before I got a 4-star.
Correct. Well, yeah, because you got who is that? The 3-star champ. What's his name?
If I had remembered, I would have said it.
Of course. But no. I know I have one because I keep for the collection, but I had a couple extras during this last event to forge up. But we'll probably find out. Somebody will put it in the comments, of course.
Somebody will tell us.
Yes, of course.
They always do.
Also, in the comments, let us know what you think about the new Goliath changes. If you believe that they are, really good, if they are not so great, if there needs to be some more things that need to be fixed on them. So please leave in the comments what you think about the new Goliath changes. But going on with the
periodically, Zalon and I have the opportunity to give feedback directly to the natural motion guys.
Yes.
So anytime you guys leave comments on these videos, we make note of that, and if enough people bring it up, then we'll bring it up with them.
Exactly. Because right now we're definitely in the in works of making lists of stuff to talk to them about very soon. So with that in mind,
Karn. His name is Karn.
That's right, Karn. Very good. Before we even finish the recording. All right, that's what I'm talking about. So with that said, in the Twin Peaks, we're looking at. They're also gonna have at the. They're gonna have a multi-spin option for event relics. So you're gonna be able to get. They didn't say how many gems it was gonna be, but they said it's gonna be 10 event relics at one time, just like how the multi-Titan pulls are. But one of them is guaranteed to be a 4-star event relic. So interesting way about trying to get people to do more at one time. I don't know how much of a value this will be in comparison to just pulling one at a time. So we'll have to take a look at it tomorrow when the event starts. Besides from that, we also do have the physical resist belt is actually being raised from 30% to 40% resist. So that is another just quick thing to note. Now here is the breakdown on exactly what the rewards are. And I'm going to go from lowest to highest. So they said 8K for the Terra Firma, 11K for Joldarg or Yardog, 14K for Goliath Lightning Resist Goliath Belt, 15K is Earthsight, Skullnar is 16K, 16.5K is the Earth Cask 4-star, 17K is the Goliath Poison Resist Goliath Belt, and 18K is the Banner of Earth. Notice how they put the Goliath Belt Poison Resist guarantee 4-star all the way at 17K. I thought that was quite interesting. It's even higher than Skullnar. So they must really think that that belt is going to be something that everybody's going to want. And they did, of course, put the Lightning Resist also in at 14K. So what do you think about that, Bo?
I'm sorry, I was doing a message in game. So the Goliath belt at 14K, right?
Yeah, the Lightning Resist one and then the Poison at 17K.
Yeah, so I think they did that because, Lightning's kind of new.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I don't know if you've played with the Storm Maidens enough to know that, they actually do a pretty good job against Goliaths.
Most definitely. Yeah, Goliaths are definitely weak against them.
Yeah. So that's very important. And then, of course, Poison has always been, the Panthers have always been, very deadly to Goliath. So
correct.
I think I'm good with it. I think it's good.
I think it's. I just find it's interesting that they picked those two out of all the different elements because they did already say, as we showed earlier, that they're going to be putting all the Goliath belts with different resists made available at some point in the future in coming events. So that they picked Lightning and Poison first is interesting, and putting Poison so high up on the chain. So pretty neat.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm okay with those two. Of course, obviously, if you're using Goliath on defense, you want all of those or offense, whatever you're doing.
Exactly.
But for the first two, I'm good with it. I think it's fine. It makes sense.
Okay. Well, I think so as well because it does make sense of where they even place them in the actual rewards.
Yeah. The only other one that might have made it maybe a little bit more sense is physical.
Yeah.
But everybody already has physical because that's all that was available. So
exactly.
Putting another physical one in there specifically is not helpful to most people that are playing at that level because they already have one.
Correct. And the last thing I want to mention about this event before we move on to other things is it starts tomorrow, but it also ends on Tuesday. It does not end on Monday like normal. So we do have an extra day, not an extra day time, but the same amount of time we normally would have, even though it starts tomorrow. So I want to make that note as well. So All right, on to other topics. We're gonna put this we're gonna leave this screen up here while we talk about all the different random things that happened during the live stream that they touched on, which is some very important stuff that a lot of people might have missed. So I definitely want to make sure we talk about it. One, they did mention next week. It's like one of the top things on my list to talk about here in the middle. Next week, TOW will be back early in the week. Now, to me, since the event ends on Tuesday, which is probably Tuesday morning, like early morning for the U.S., which is like midday to end of the day for them, pretty much I see as Tuesday's event like is going to be TOW. That's my guess. Otherwise, it's going to be Wednesday, and we're not going to have anything to do on Tuesday. So I don't know. I think TOW will run for 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday, and then there will be, they said a new event is going to be starting next week on Thursday. So that's how I predict next week falling in.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think that's what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And I like the fact that they said they're still tweaking the theaters of war.
Yes.
So, as they, they'll find a happy balance there at some point.
Exactly.
The last theaters of war, was, what I felt was better than the previous one, but obviously not as good as the very first one. But we're never going to see the very first one again, so you might as well just forget about that, right?
Yeah, exactly. There needs to be at least some sort of compromise, and of course, that first one that came out was a bit player heavy, and they needed to make sure that it was a little bit more balanced, so that even lower level players could also be able to participate and get decent rewards. So, because it really wasn't balanced to lower level players, it was more favored the higher level players. So, that's why they said that they're going to take the bronze tier and make it a bit easier. So,
yeah, and I hope maybe they fix the balance on that gold tier too, because the jump up there between silver and gold, that jump is huge.
Correct. So it'll be interesting. Hope to see it on Tuesday. They did say that Storm Maidens were going to be added to the drop pool in a few weeks. They're just waiting for more fixes to the Storm Maidens, because they also mentioned as well, and my next thing is fixing Storm Maiden bugs. Of course, they did mention about the freezing of the Storm Maidens, and that they were going to be they have been actively working on that as well, because these are things that happen when you first release a troop, globally to everybody, so they are going to work these things out as best they can to get them so that the Storm Maidens can be more effective in battle, of course. Also, too, they did mention that new 3-star Titans are coming. They did say that. Multiple Titans. So, new 3-star Titans are coming. So, we hope to see them soon, as there are definitely still holes and gaps in the 3-star areas all over the place. Also, two plans for the Adventures Guild. Matt said a definitive yes. One of the features that he is working on is specifically entangled in that. So, definitely hope to see Matt's work on whatever he's referring to with the Adventures Guild soon, very soon. Of course, players brought up the rebalancing of the XP relics, considering XP battle drops. They also did ask specifically, what's wrong with the XP relics? I will tell you exactly.
Yeah. I will tell you exactly what's wrong with the XP
tell us, Bo.
relics. The fact that we have to spend 500 divine gems to get a 2-star.
Yeah.
Is what's wrong with the XP relics. That is the one thing that they could do that would make it a whole lot better, is just remove the 2-star from the divine gem pools. I'm not real happy about the 3-star being there, but I understand that everything can't be awesome all the time. Yeah. So remove the 2-star from the divine gem pool, alter, put that 2-star in the regular battle drop rotation.
Yep.
Along with the 1-star.
Correct. Because the 1-star's already in the calendar. The 1-star's in the calendar. I've seen it. So
yeah, and they could increase the they could increase the XP or the durability, either one, a little bit if they wanted to as well.
Yeah. I agree. I think the durability on maybe the durability on the 1-star can stay at 5, but they need to just raise the XP value on it just a little bit. And then I would take the 2, the XP 2, and take it from 5, maybe make it 8 on the durability, and raise that XP just a wee bit as well. And 3-star, you can obviously 3-star, you can either keep it at 8, maybe raise the XP a little bit. I don't know. I don't want to say that the 3-star should be like,
so I don't know.
Make it 12 uses and give us even more XP.
No, right.
Like, I don't want to get too wild.
How much XP does the 3-star give? I don't even know because I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, no. They were mentioning the 4-stars worth level 10 4-star.
If the 4-star XP relic gives the same XP as a level 10 4-star type.
Yep.
Then the 3-star should give the same XP as a level 3, as a level 10 3-star type. I don't know what the number is, but make it the same. It should be the same, right?
Yeah. So we'll go on. Let us know what you think should be done with the XP relics in the comments below.
In the comments, that's right.
There
down
you go.
Below. You're supposed to be on screen pointing down, but we don't do on screen.
Yeah,
so.
Well, here, I'll do it with the icon. Down below, everyone. Down below. There we go. Let's see, what else do we got here? Make sure you keep reporting hackers as you see them periodically through the game. Of course, that was something they mentioned as well. They did also mention choosing maps on castle defense. Somebody brought that up, and they said no specifically to that request, but they are considering removing one of the smaller maps from the higher level castle rotation, because there's a smaller map that greatly reduces your chances of, winning based on the fact that the map is so small and your troops are kind of clumped more, and I believe they're more susceptible to being taken out.
So the thing about that map is, though, if you have the right defense on it, it can actually be very tough to beat because the troops are right up there and they all get off those shots really early in the garrison battle.
Okay.
So, I mean, there are some conflicting opinions there, but if they're talking about removing that one from the higher garrisons, then I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make it so that they're all the same, like they're all large or they're all small, and I don't think they want to go the opposite way because there's only one small map. So
I know, right? But I wish we had a way of actually seeing which map we had, other than getting another player to attack us and then tell us,
Yeah.
Because the map, based on the map, it depends on which defense you use,
Exactly. So we have one more thing that I brought up a couple times, and eventually Matt did answer, was I asked if there was going to be another Player's Choice event sometime soon. They said they do plan on having another Player's Choice event, but they also did mention that they might also have a community decision, or a community choice in choosing a Titan's name. They say they wouldn't be able to have one where it was built by the community, but it would be named by the community, which is an interesting idea as well. So,
that could go south really quickly.
Yeah, I know, but what they would do is they would probably have like 4 or 5 of the best ideas that they choose and make us choose from those. See what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that would be
kind of like how the Player's Choice events, they go, well, we can have this Blade or Brawn, when they did the Blade and Brawn one. And it was like, okay, well, it makes sense. One is one and one is the other, and all they have to do is just select whatever, they have kind of 2 ideas of what they're going to go with, and then a week later, they come out with the event, so. But, all right, now on to the juiciest of the juicy, the newest and the craziest, all right? The very last screen here is going to be the 1.25 release notes, which, of course, summoning is here. So, soon as we heard about that, it was pretty intense to hear that summoning is coming to the game, because, boy, did that sound like, what is this? They haven't talked about it at all. So what do you think? Here, Bo, go ahead. Talk about it.
That was a surprise to us as well, because no one's mentioned anything to us about any of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, summoning, you're gonna have special ancient gods, titans, that have the ability to summon special troops.
Yes.
Which is if you think about it, it sounds like it's going to work kind of like Calvarax with his, with the extra raised dead spells, but
you should be able to summon them anywhere on the map, similar to Calvarax. Yes.
Yeah. So hopefully that's the way it works.
Yeah, exactly. Or there may be a restriction that you have to summon them close to the Titan, and they can't summon all over the map. We'll see.
Like calling in reinforcements.
Yeah, kind of. Let's see. We also have, this is all by, there's 1.25, but then there's a little note down here which is considered the 1.26 update. So they said that there's 5 new ancient gods, which I find to be quite interesting. And they said next week they're going to show off at least one of these gods during the live stream. So I'm excited to see about that. They, of course, in the less exciting notes here, you are able to view Titan skills directly in this select Titan screen in the Hall of Titans. Okay, and then bug fixes and improvements, of course, which is a bunch of small, very specific bug fixes, which, of course, would be very boring to read out, and most of you wouldn't care about. So, but the 1.26 update, which is, of course, the Relic Forging and Alliance leadership systems, which, of course, we've been asking for that for a long time, but wasn't exactly expecting it to be tailored in with the Relic Forging, but it is, so whatever. It's great to hear.
Yeah.
Yep. But we did hear that the Relic Forging system is going to be a progression system with no failure.
Yes.
Which is what I predicted. Right. What I predicted it would be like. I don't know if anybody's been watching my videos, but I said a long time ago, it's going to be progression-based. There's going to be, and it's going to take a decent amount, because now, obviously, as we level up our Titans and everything else, leveling Titans levels to get their, skills up and their relic spots opened up, it takes a lot to get them there. So I want to say that ranking Relic from level 1 to level 10 is going to be tough. It's not going to be just pop in a few relics. Now, yeah, popping in 4-star relics are going to be more in the progression than using 3 stars and 2 stars, but yeah, it will take a bunch to get them maxed out. I don't believe it'll be 1, 2, 3, yippee, we're done, so.
Yeah.
But they did ask. I asked, but other people asked too, because they wanted to know: is it going to affect is it going to affect the old relics when we're able to see the skills? Because it's very important for the community to be able to see all the skills on all the relics. They said yes, but it's not officially confirmed if it'll show all the old. So we'll see exactly if it is true. If they're going to grandfather in all the old relics and we're going to be able to see everything, and we're going to reveal everything. Because when the new Titan fusing was released, it wasn't like that. So that's why I was predicting. That's half of my Relic Forging. My prediction was that they were not going to grandfather in the old relics. That's something that I was incorrect about. I will admit to that. So if that is the case, but we'll see. They say it's gonna affect the old relics, and of course with the new relics being able to show all their skills beforehand. So.
Okay.
And then, of course, the Alliance leadership system is the ability to transfer leadership. What do you think about that, Bo?
Do what?
The Alliance leadership system with the transfer of leadership that we've been asking for so long?
Oh, yeah, that's going to be so awesome.
Of course.
We change leadership in non-toxic alliances fairly often.
Yeah.
And it's a hassle the way that it currently works. So having a button where you can promote someone and then having a button that says promote to leader is just going to be, it's going to reduce my stress from alliance management by about 50%.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good thing.
It's going to be pretty nuts. So... But anything else you want to say about today's live stream that we may not have touched on yet, Bo? Because I think I'm going to wrap this one up.
No, I think you covered everything.
Yeah. If I missed anything, please let us know down in the comments.
That's right, yeah.
All right. So, all right, DOT community, I hope you're all excited for tomorrow's event. Like I said earlier in the video, hopefully Bo and I will be able to go live soon after the event goes live. So be looking forward to that. And we will, for the non-toxic gamers, I am Zalon.
And I am Bo.
And we're signing off.